A senior police officer has escaped spending time behind bars as he faces serious charges. Good morning, I'm Ryan Jilts, and this is your Barbados Today morning edition for Tuesday, September 26. In our top story, Acting Senior Superintendent of Police John Mark Anil will not be spending any of the 28 days initially ordered by Magistrate Graveney Bannister yesterday morning for 6 offences committed under the Firearms Act. That's because his legal team of Sir Richard Cheltenham and Shelley Ann Seacharan successfully argued their case in a bail hearing late last night in the High Court. He was granted bail to the tune of $150,000. His lawyers told Barbados Today that the 56-year-old senior cop who appeared before Chief Justice Sir Marston Gibson secured bail with 2 sureties. He was, however, ordered to surrender his travel documents and report to a police station twice a week. Principal Prosecutor Crown Counsel Alison Seal did not object to bail for the accused. Anil had earlier in the day appeared before Bannister, but was not required to plead to the offences that he had 100 rounds of ammunition in his possession on September 20th without a valid license. It is also alleged that on August 31st, September 3rd, September 20th and September 9th, Anil, a member of the Royal Barbados Police Force, did engage in willful misconduct which amounted to a breach of public trust by joining the Barbados Rifle and Pistol Federation under the status of a police officer, purchased 100 rounds of ammunition to be expended on that day at the Federation's Waterford range, and removed the ammunition from the range without expending it. He's also accused of committing the same offence on August 3rd, this time with 150 rounds of ammunition. In other news, retired veteran police detective with the New York Police Department believes the use of non-lethal weapons like pepper spray and tasers is something which crime-fighting agencies like the Royal Barbados Police Force must consider. David Watson, who is the president of the Caribbean Law Enforcement Foundation, suggests that the high cost of such devices may be what is delaying the use in the Caribbean, but he contends that this is necessary.
A can of pepper spray with the holder may run about $20 US. That's a lot of money per person. A taser can run $500 and up per taser. So, but there's less than lethal equipment is needed. Because right now, other than baton or a sight firearm, there's no other in between there. All right, the pepper spray can solve a lot of issues in terms of either selling the situation. Okay, because usually in most situations, the hands will hurt you. Person with pepper spray, they put their hands on their face. Okay, so pepper spray does solve a lot of issues, but it's not a economically viable price tag that most governments can afford. It's not that governments don't want it; it's just that they can't afford it. And I think it's a great less than lethal tool. Being a former police officer, it solved a lot of issues I had in terms of violent either people.
Watson officially launched the Caribbean Law Enforcement Foundation yesterday. It's aimed at strengthening Caribbean law enforcement and first responder agencies by providing funding and equipment for training and technological infrastructure. Beachfront upgrades being done in front of one of the island's South Coast hotels in Maxwell could force another apartment complex, the Seabreeze Hotel, to shut its doors. Greg Jackman is the supervisor of the Bread and Breakfast Villa Ifracom, and he tells Barbados Today that for the last 4 months, the establishment has been plagued with cancellations because their guests have been chased away by the ruckus of heavy machinery being operated on the beach.
Town Country Plan never even sent us a letter indicating that they are doing upgrade to the beach. Because it's not a private beach, it's a public beach. We have the right because we have guests who uses the beach.
Right. So how exactly has your business been affected now?
Well, with the past 4 months, we have lost over $28,000 in profit.
And that's from guests coming and checking out?
Guests coming and checking, and then we have to book at different hotels and pay the accommodation fee because of what is going on around us right now.
So when was the last time I guess they demanded their money back?
Today.
Up to today?
Today, very sad.
I guess demanded
guests
their money
come in today and say they cannot stay here and leave before you even get here.
In response, the general manager, Patricia Alfonso Das of Seabreeze Hotel, told Barbados Today the project was scheduled to be completed yesterday. Turning to news from Dominica and the relief effort there, the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, CDEMA, is urging authorities to revise the island's building practices to minimize any future impact on the housing stock. CDEMA has been on the ground in Roseau supporting relief organizations as well as conducting search and rescue missions since the passage of the storm a week ago. Program Manager for Preparedness and Response, Joan Prasad, told Barbados Today that an aerial reconnaissance conducted in collaboration with the British military revealed the level of damage caused in coastal communities. Stories of survival during last week's passage of Hurricane Maria continue to emerge. Among those who weathered the storm last week was Hillaby St. Thomas resident Daniel Cooper, who was vacationing with friends at a nature retreat. He says on Monday night, things took a turn for the worse when Maria bore down on the island, packing winds in excess of 160 miles per hour.
It's all going well. We get the warning of a hurricane coming, so we take a trip into Castle Bruce to get supplies. We get all we need, and yeah, that's about it, really. Well, the wind started, as we said there, about 8 o'clock. The wind started coming in, picked up. By about 10 o'clock, it was in full-blown hurricane mode, I would say. Yeah, so all you could do from there is, I guess, try and ride it out.
Cooper tells Barbados Today when it was all over, the picture of destruction was phenomenal.
The whole forest is literally being wiped out. There's very little greenery remaining. All the bark on the trees is gone. Trees down, birds crying. Like, you know, it's devastated. It's done. Yeah. The river wash out houses in the little village below us. You know, there's cars upside down. I see 40-foot container literally has done a somersault on its side, and he there sitting nearly upside down. So it was quite intense, I would say.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Morning, Miss Oya. Morning. You again. So you're washing cars now? Well, I can't keep up with you at all.
Yes, girl. You know they've got provision to selling slow. And I don't sell nation newspapers at all because them don't sell. So I washing cars now. I like to get up before 8:30 because I can't take the hot sun. You want the car wash?
No, not today. It clean.
But you're going in very early though?
Yeah, I just going early so I can read the Barbados Today online before work starts.
Right. But you can still let me clean the window for the $2. At least it's still cheaper than the nation newspaper.
All right.
I got a special boo here that I got it shining. Thank you. Enjoy your day here.
You too.
All right. What that paper is? She can see clearly when the dirt is gone.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
So far in the aftermath of Maria, 27 have been confirmed dead, in addition to 27 confirmed missing and 18 unconfirmed reports of missing persons. A regional effort is ongoing to ensure the island, known as the Acre Isle, returns to its glory. In the meantime, a regional team is on the ground ensuring security and assisting those in Roseau to pick up the pieces. Among them, security personnel from the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, the regiment and Coast Guard, numbering officers close to 60. The unit commander, Colonel Roger Carter, likened the situation there much to what he said he saw when Ivan tore through Grenada, hence the heavy presence, which includes 22 soldiers, 24 sailors, and 10 airmen.
You know, Trinidad has a history of responding to our neighbors. We would have responded to Grenada. We'd have actually responded to Dominica during Hurricane Erika as well as to St. Lucia and other places. So normally once there's a problem, once there's a disaster, we have a system set up to respond. As a matter of fact, some of the gentlemen you see behind my back, they belong to the engineer battalion, and their role is actually to respond to disasters in Trinidad, but also throughout the Caribbean once there's a need and once we can actually deploy.
Internationally, North Korea has claimed that it is authorized to shoot down U.S. bombers in international airspace in response to Donald Trump's declaration of war. Pyongyang's foreign minister said it's interpreting it as the U.S. president's latest aggressive rhetoric, a red line threat against his country. And that's news. For the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals as well as Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Ryan Jones. Continue to enjoy your day.